Welcome to Healing is Gangster here at Dame Dash Studios. These are the Dame Sessions, and to my left, I got Mr. Dame Dash. I'm Taj. You can call me Taj. I am a registered mental health professional, clinical psychologist, all of the above. And here's where we do our, we're trying to make them weekly. We were weekly before the little pandemic went down, but we started to get back on track with it. But this is a weekly episode where Dame has been so gracious as to kind of share his personal experiences, some of the emotional things that he's going through, and just what he's feeling about whatever's going on in his life. Which, like I said, is a gracious thing to do because we see him go through various ups and downs through this whole process. And I can always start these off by saying it's been a crazy week for you, from what I've seen. But it's like every week is like that, so I don't even know what everybody's like. Yeah, so I mean, this is your time, man. Where you want to start?
The common thing about when I'm in the newspaper or when I'm in court is people are lying on me. They're lying to take something from me. And in this instance, usually it's like lower pedigree people that are doing that. People that I'm like, ambulance chasers, people I really don't respect that have never had a W, like a Chris Brown, that kind of a lawyer, like
the lawyer Chris Brown.
Yeah, the lawyer Chris Brown. Or another lawyer, Donnell Suarez, douchebag to me, based on my experience. And they cheat, they lie, it's all about short bread. Yeah. But in this instance, it's like, these are people that I kind of grew up with, and it's like.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was going to get to. Because
number one, we don't sue each other. That's, it's like, but.
Seems a little awkward what's going on because.
They're like lying on me, like the lie on me.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing, to say the least.
Well, I've seen you do a couple of interviews and I've seen you kind of explain the whole entity situation, what you was doing, what they was accusing you of doing. But on this show, we tend to get a little below the surface. And I'm kind of glad that you brought that up because I was curious to know how this might trigger you. I mean, these are people that you were very close with at the time. Is there any feelings behind that?
There's been a pattern of this, of devaluing anything I have a piece of so I can't make no bread, and then coming back and putting value on it to sell it at a bigger price. Right. But I never had seen the overt lying on me to make something that I have devalued, to lie on my name. In all the games, those games were like, I feel like, all right, y'all gonna do that. No one's gonna say nothing, niggas look the other way, everybody knows. You did this for Rockefeller, you did this for Rockaway, you did this for Armadale. Yeah. I've done this for everything, So I'm over here, I'm in my lane. Whoever wants to buy into that bullshit, go ahead. Y'all be over there, I'm over here, cool with it. But to accuse me legally, or in front of a judge, in front of everybody, of a lie that's like an obvious lie, just to devalue something in front of all these people. It's like, why fuck my money up? You fucking money up that I can be giving my children. But it doesn't even look right for someone that's supposed to have so much bread to be suing someone that's not supposed to have so much bread.
Right. I mean,
but I'm not. What I'm saying is, it's like I'm used to it, but I'm sick of it.
We've talked about this before, like as far as people
in general
that you've helped, in general, being a trigger that you've helped, that whether they betrayed you or whatever the situation, however it went down. I've seen this be a trigger for you. That's why I was asking you about that. Like, what's the emotion that you're feeling like when you hear about it? Like, is it anger? Or is it just like
it's like, for me, I'm about fighting fair. Yeah. And I don't respect people that don't. So I lose a lot of respect. It devalues to me what they're doing, but I'm like, I ain't gonna disrespect what they represent because at the end of the day, we the same color.
Yeah.
And that's what they want us to be. That's why I be over here, but like, if you're coming at me, I gotta defend myself.
Absolutely.
So I'm just confused at the play. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
Seems pretty personal.
I don't know why. All I did was fucking put you on.
Yeah, and anybody that's known the history,
and also like pretending I'm not the CEO of Rockefeller is funny to me.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
my company sued me and then had like some white man calling me a thief.
Yeah.
And trying to pretend that, tell me what to do with a company of 3 black men. Like a lot of bubble, but it just, if 25 years ago you would say 25 years later this is where you would have been at, back then you couldn't have told me that. In this moment I'm not surprised, which is like crazy.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to actually talk about, because for anybody who's not old enough to understand the roots of this, I would tell them to go watch Backstage. I showed my son Backstage last week. He had never seen it before. And of course he knows you as like, oh, that's Uncle Dane. I know he's a legend, but when you see it on the screen, it's different. So when he saw it, and he saw all the things that you was doing to have your artist back and really putting yourself out there, you were the one that faced the flames for a lot of other people, so that's why I was asking about how this was hitting, because you have sacrificed so much, and you put, the only things I've seen you since I've known you ever shed a tear about, ever, are people that you care about, whether it's family or, like I said, you wear your heart on your sleeve when it comes to people that you care about, and I know at one time a lot of these people were people that you really cared a lot about, and it's documented. You can go see it. That's why I tell people, go look at the history. You know what I'm saying? When you think of all of those things in your mind, what happens inside you, it's got to hit at some level. Beyond the bread, beyond the,
To be honest, at this age, it just is almost a test of faith. And it's like, what you ever done to bring you down because other people have. And I just think it's a test to see if I will remain and continue to be a giving good nigga that fights for love. And I look forward to that test, and I don't get into that mode in that moment. I get into fight mode. Like, I ain't worried about all that, to be honest. Like, her, brothers, all that, we beef, they lying on. So that's all I have time to think about is winning this fight fairly. I'll deal with that later. Yeah. But right now, it's pull your skirt up, put the motherfucking war paint on, and be training to fight fair when you know that you're fighting motherfuckers. You look at it, it's ridiculous. Unwarranted, petty.
Well, the thing, what's crazy is we just had a talk with Duke that was up here earlier, right? And we was talking about how he never has a bad day. Because of all the things, and I was just about to say that, this is like petty compared to some of the other things that we talked about, pregnancies, life, all those things.
I could deal with this, but at the end of the day, I love the fact that my issues are public in that way. Because I'm just still an independent. I chose to struggle, but it's not a struggle to be free. I chose to use my own money, which means I will struggle. It means I do have to fight, but I don't have to kiss nobody's ass. And that's priceless for me. That's the wealth.
Fearless.
My face smells like pause, nobody's ass. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of niggas' face smell like shit.
Right.
And they acting like they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you get paid to sell out your culture, you're getting paid by another culture. That culture is going to celebrate you. But the more you sell out your culture, the more they're going to embrace you. And the funny thing is, a lot of times, our culture embraces that person that sells us out the most. Just because another culture's embracing you. You can pretend it's your house if you give me your culture. That's the game I never could play. That's the reason why I can't do business with certain people. That's the reason why certain people try to make a good guy look like a bad guy. Overcompensation for insecurity to try to trigger me into being emotional. But I'm on my team. I know what I'm here for. And all that never distract me from what I love. I'm not even bothered, I promise you. You know, it's just getting dealt with. It's taking a lot of real estate in my brain to deal with it. And you know, I got other to do, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna play with my kid all day long.
Yeah. And when the smoke clears, you know, like you said, when this war comes to this little hope or whatever happens, we'll get back to it. But you were recognized. I want to jump on something that should be mentioned here. You were recognized, you know, shouts out to the commission, you know, and all the representations of the commission. But you recently were honored by the state of New York.
The proclamation for the
You want to
commission.
Yeah.
You know, Melody made that happen.
Yeah, shouts out to that.
Always. And a lot of us recognize what we're doing through the commission to feed the community, and to recognize unrecognized trauma and terror, and bring awareness to that. So yeah, to be recognized, you know, by people that otherwise, like at some point, were looking at you a different way, just based on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, they'll write about this bubble,
Yeah.
but they don't write about the proclamation. They don't write about OSG and the 90 Black principles. They don't write about when we feed the community. They don't say a word about that.
Right.
And that's the reason why we have to control our own narrative. But if you look under the hood, that's what you're gonna see. I've been putting in that work as it relates to helping our culture, our community, and the people we love.
How'd that feel getting that from, I mean, that's your home, that's New York.
Felt great. And also Cuomo sent me a happy birthday, the governor.
Yeah.
You know, that's real. That means you're making a difference on a lot of different levels.
That's real shit.
You know,
That should
and
be
that's us
celebrated.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that was a win for us, for the commission.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, shouts out to the commission and anybody that's out there helping somebody beyond themselves.
100%.
Yeah, man. So I mean, when you get out of all of this, you know, this week,
Evolution. You know, there's always war before peace. And the war is because you want peace. Somebody's creating war for, you know, consistent periods of time.
yeah,
So this is the action you need to make a difference. And I got that work. I didn't just come to the NFT world to exploit art. I've been opening up art galleries. I have NFTs on deck.
yeah.
This is the first of many.
That's what a lot of people don't know. You got art galleries all over the place.
Yeah, and I got the receipts to show.
Yeah.
So to me, this is a proper introduction into the NFT world. Come and fight. Come and try to do something no one's done. Come and standing up for yourself and the things you believe in fearlessly, even though it's supposed to be someone that's supposed to be way strong with you in one certain way.
And I think
I'm still fighting.
anybody that knows you, just like I'm sure they know you, you look forward to the smoke. I mean, I think the first time I talked to you, talk about this, all of this stuff going on, it was like, you was happy. That smoke. I was like, okay. And then you're addicted to the smoke. I'm like, okay, this is going to be another period.
We training for war.
Yeah.
And when you know, like if you training for a war that never comes, you're gonna be really, you're gonna feel anxiety your whole life. That I'm about that action. I want to be known as Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Hannibal, a conqueror, a warrior, for the right reason. I don't want to be known for being famous and acting and singing. And there's no disrespect to anyone that does it. It's just not me. I'm known for fighting fearlessly, eloquently, stylishly.
Done.
You know, and I'm 50, and it's still going down. And calling out our oppressor and separating us and making sure we don't fight each other. Let's fight the ones that are hurting us. This is what they want us to do. This is a program that we need to break. We fight each other, but we give them a pass.
See that.
But I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah, no, I see Dusko like damn near backstroking in the water. I mean, what's up?
I mean, she's training.
Young genius.
She got him on some old baby boot camp.
Shouts out to Rocky.
Rocky
Team right now.
Love Rocky. So stay tuned. Got a lot to happen. A lot to come. But just see to it all. Eat your at home. And don't be stupid. Pay attention. Don't let nobody trick you with some dumb shit.
No doubt. And that's how it will. What's the word that you'll pick that you're going into this next week with? That I'm sure it's going to be something going on.
Love. Going into it with love.
That's right. Well, you're already here. As always, we're going to keep it 100 with you. This is Healing is Gangster, the Dame Sessions. Thank you, Dame, for being gracious enough to come over here and share your daily life with us. and helping everybody out there heal. So heal yourself, face yourself, and help to heal people around you. This is Healing is Gangster. You already know. 100. Dame Dash Studio.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.